Okay, my name is Nicole Leong and I'm a digital transformation leader at Airbus. So what my job entails essentially is to bring digitalization to Airbus. So I'm looking at shorter term projects, so things from a month to maybe 2 years approximately. And I look both internally and externally. So externally, of course, is the airlines. I think that's a big part of our business, and that's where we hope to do even more digitalization, but also internally. So things like the FAL, which is the final assembly line, where all the parts come together. This is a big part of digitalization that we're also looking at. However, more in Asia, in Southeast Asia specifically, we're looking into getting data, working with big data from the airlines to put them all in one place so that we can leverage this, both for the airlines and also for Airbus internal purposes as well. Points that I covered. I covered all the sexy stuff that we have at Airbus. So we have things like, I introduced the main business. So we have helicopters, we have military aircraft, your Eurofighters, your transport aircraft, but also our commercial aircraft. So this also includes your 350s, 380s, 320s, 340s, 330s. And of course, this, as I said earlier, it covers a big bulk of our business, and it's where we're hoping to develop more. But we also have things like satellite images, because Airbus also makes satellites, both for military and for commercial purposes. So this is also something that we can do out of headquarters as well, down here in Asia. So that's what I covered just now. There's two things. So on the good side is that Asians are very willing to try. So a lot of the airlines, everybody wants to be first and everybody's willing to try, as opposed to, okay, let's wait for somebody else to try first, and then if it works, then we'll give it a shot. Whereas in Asia, everybody wants to be the first. They always want to be co-create or be the guinea pig in any case, or early adopter. So this is what we actually enjoy a lot about the Asian region. The other thing is, sometimes it can be a bit fragmented in terms of regulations. So in Europe you have EASA, in the US you have the FAA, whereas in Asia, yes, we do have governing rules, but a lot of it is based on either a bilateral agreement, and I think this is something that we can come together to be able to do more of. Okay, the most interesting case study that we have is the use of IoT to connect them together. So using I think we have something like 40,000 sensors on an aircraft. This is a 350 that I'm giving as an example. And all these sensors, I mean, not a lot of it is looked at if there's no accident, if there's no incident. Not a lot of it is looked at. So I think by being able to leverage this data to optimize routes, to save on fuel for safety purposes, and well, there are many other things that you can do with this data. We're all putting it into one place called Skywise. This is the digitalization project that I'm talking about, and I would say this optimizes the data that we have instead of just leaving it somewhere in case that we need to look at it at a later date. This is stuff that we can use now. I would say being a first mover is tough. However, as an OEM at Airbus, so all the other OEMs out there, I think we have a chance to leverage this, to create an ecosystem, to get everybody together, to bring things forward, to digitalize. And I mean, there's no way back from digitalization, so we always have to go that way anyhow. So there's a lot more sharing in terms of working with the aviation industry on a whole. So we're not just talking about your airlines and Airbus. We're talking about airports, we're talking about the maintenance, repair and overhaul people, we're talking about regulators. So this sort of brings everybody together, combines everybody's knowledge to optimize the experience for the end user, which is your passenger, that's your customer at the end of the day. So this is something that we hope to leverage to improve the ecosystem. You meet a lot of people with high energy and a lot of people who are very interested in technology and to bring it forward and to also to work together. So as I said earlier, creating an ecosystem, sharing, working together, I think this is where it's at for digital, and this is what we hope to bring forward. So I think this is the best part, just the energy alone in this conference. Energy, new frontiers, and technology.